This video is here to help you create an assessment on Illuminate, one that you've already created. So the first thing you're going to do after you log in is you're going to say create an assessment. So you will click that button, and you can either do on the fly, so you don't have to worry about setting up details. You can just scan your answer key. But if this is like an actual test that you're going to give, you want to change it to this one. Okay, so the manual hybrid assessment. Okay, and so I'm going to click on that. You do have to say how many questions are going to be. So I just created a quick test right here. So practice illuminate test. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions on there. So I'm going to say 5. And we can talk a little bit about flexible assessment in the next video on this one. So manual hybrid, that's what we've been using in other classes. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is name my test. So practice illuminate test. Oops. Let's make sure. Illuminate test. There we go. I can say what the description is, all that wonderful good stuff. So press next. Now this test honestly doesn't have any standards. You can always come back to this after, and I can show you how we can do that. If you are going to change it to math and things like that, you're going to use the math button, and then it'll tell you what grade level you're going to select, and that's when you have to figure out, okay, how many algebra ones, how many function ones, how many geometry ones, and things like that. And then you'll have to add them. So let's just pretend that it's algebra. Even though the problems I picked are not specifically algebra, you can expand or collapse all of them. So let's just pretend that we're going to pick that guy right there. And then you have to link selected standards. So you link selected standards, and you would see it right here. And then you go through that whole process one more time. But like I said, you can always come back to this. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you are going to prepare your answer key, right? So my first question was a true or false question. So the correct answer is true. So weighted 1. Okay. Second one is multiple choice. So when is our last day before fall semester? The answer is B. So that's pretty easy. Next question, multiple response. So I have 2 answers. So this one is advanced. So I'm going to click on the advanced button right here. And so basically what I want to do is I want to give questions points. So if they just pick A or they just pick B, they're going to get 1 point. But if they pick A and B together, they're going to get 2 points. So that's how we're going to see that. What's the next one? The next one was a multiple response. So the correct answer is going to be 3. So you can just plug that in right there. And then the last one is a short answer. Tell me why. I didn't finish the question. So this is a Rubik type of question. So maybe you have a specific number of points. You either get it right or you don't get it right. So you're going to save all this stuff. Usually I use this just for multiple choice, so I don't ever have to deal with the rubric. Okay, and then I can always add more questions, and I can also delete more questions. So I don't have to worry about that. So save, and next. Now, what I love about this part is I can actually attach my material. Okay, now I can't attach it as my exam view. So what I'm going to do, so we can see it in the window, is I'm going to press File, Save, and I'm going to export it to this format, so rich text format. And what that is going to do is it's going to give me an option to save it as a Word doc. So I've already done that. So here is my practice illuminate test. as a Word doc, which is great because now it's a Word doc, I can upload it. So I can click and it's on my desktop. So practice, 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 practice. Where are you, practice? There it is. Practice, illuminate, test. Open, attach. Yay! And the great thing about this is I can click on it, and as you can see down in the corner, I can actually download it. So no more having to send it out to people. As long as you attach it on here, you're fine. All right. And then I want to go, so I'm going to press next. And I am now going to Sheet Designer. So my first question, if I remember, was true and false. So technically it is multiple choice. So I'm just going to remove those, and that's going to be blank, oops, blank, blank, and blank, right? I can change the number of responses. So if I don't want 5, I want 4. I can apply that to all of them, things like that. So technically it is still multiple choice. Let's see, 2 and 3 were both multiple response, so, or multiple choice. I'm going to take those away. And 4 was a grid in, so I'm going to say a number grid. So it'll be able to show me that. And then last but not least, number 5 was a rubric. So what I'm going to do is give myself a short answer, right? Blank background, so that way I can see all that wonderful good stuff, right? So multiple choice, right? Again, I only have 2 answer choices. And if you mess up, you can always go back, okay? If you have a lot more, so say you don't have, so number grid notice is not supported when online testing, but will be in the future. So that means I can't actually do this one on an answer online, which is fine. But if say I had like a 30 question and I want the first 10 to be true and false, and I don't want to go through T and F, what I can do is I can click these buttons. So I can just click that button, and then here I can say this is what I want it to read. So instead of true and false, I want it to read A and B, and then press save, and then it saves just those 2. It doesn't change anything else. But I don't want it to say A and B. I want it to say true and false. Right? So save. Go next. Either press next down here or up on the top. So share with others. Like, who do you want to share with, right? I don't know if you have as many things. Most of the time we just go to user. So who do I want to share with, right? I'm going to start typing in your name, right? So I can start typing in Babbage and out pops her name, things like that. Anytime you share with people, give them always can view and download, always give them that option, and always give them the option can administer, right? You don't want to share with somebody and then not be able to have them give the test. I highly recommend not changing the edit, so don't allow other people to edit it, just so people don't mess it up. But that's just my own philosophy. But you can if you want to. Okay. And then last but not least, you are going to administer. Okay, so here I can print my answer sheets. I can exit my creation mode. I'm just going to exit because maybe I'm not ready to administer yet. And then this is so this is all your where all your data will be. Okay, standards, I didn't actually attach them. Again, this is kind of our default. So what we want to do is we want to manage our standards. So overall percentage correct, use illuminate CCS, and then I'm going to apply that. Right, so that's the one that I created, and so now I can I have all that. Now everything's going to be in that mode. So I can go back to my details. And now I can see my performance bad, exceeds, meets, almost meets, things like that. If I want to, here's my overview. Hello there. We don't have any student responses. Here again, I can print some stuff. So let's print our answer sheets. Okay, so there are two options that we can do. You can either print pre-slugged, which means that all of your students are name is printed in, or you can print blank, right? You will have to change it, and so I'm going to print this for my math. Let's just print it for, I don't know, where's my class? There you go, math 9, right? So I can generate. And when I generate, I did press pre-slugged, right? So we are going to see everything here. So we see a rubric. I only wanted one column because the answer was only one column. Here's my, here's where they're going to write my sentence in there. Okay. If you don't want it pre-slugged, you're going to press blank, and then I can just generate. I don't have to go searching for my classes, which is nice, and it'll just look like that. So they will type in or write in their response, and again, they'll do all of that wonderful good stuff. Okay, now if you want to administer this online, right? So it doesn't have the option because I pressed numerical number. So let's go back to setup. So answer key. Let's prepare our answer key. So let's change, it wasn't this one. Let's change this guy. Oh, I have to go back to, let's make this a rubric. So either they get it right or they don't, so it's still just worth 1 point. So save. And then sheet design. So rubric, just a short sentence, one answer, things like that. Again, I can save. Bam. Done. Administer. So now I can administer it online. Okay. So I want to test in my portal. And again, you can change all of this. When do you want your testing window to start? Pick who you want it to be. Let's pick, let's just pick the math department real fast. And let's just pick math 9, right? Maybe it's just my 4th period. Okay. So the great thing about this is you can allow testing window. So time of day can be any time. Duration, you can set the time that they want it to be. You can put a password up there. We do have to upload our test booklet, so we do want to make sure that that's there. Oops, didn't mean to press that. Tool settings, right? So if you do want them to use a calculator, my suggestion would be to use Desmos. That's a really great one. You can enable it. Okay, and then this is the best one. When do you want to show them their results, right? And you can put this in at any time, again, with a key or with not a key. It doesn't matter. So save. And then we can see kind of what's happening with our, you would see our kids and you can see where they are at. All right, so let's get out of here. And if you want to see a preview assessment, right, again, preview. I'm not sure why my pop-up was blocked. Always allow. Let's try that again. So preview assessment. Here we go, begin test. And look at that. So we can see question, 2 + 2, that's true. Right, when's our last day? Wait, fall is over? Let's pick a wrong answer, right? Correct answers, right? A and B, right? What is question number 4? 3, tell me why. No, I don't want to. And then you get to the bottom of the test. They press review and finish. Are you sure you want to finish? Yes. And that's it.